Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the NPST Q3 FY23 conference call hosted by Kirin Advisors. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vastupal Shah. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, good morning, everyone. On behalf of Kirin Advisors, I would like to welcome you all to the conference call of the NPST Limited. I would like to welcome Mr. Deepak Thakur, Chairman and Managing Director of the company, Mr. Ashish Agarwal, Joint Managing Director of the company. As this is the first call from the company, we will have a brief introduction about the company, its business model, and then we will have a Q3 result highlights and followed by the Q&A. Now I hand over call to Mr. Deepak for the brief introduction about the company. Mr. Deepak, over to you, sir.
Good morning and thank you so much, Vastupal. Good morning, everyone. It feels really good to connect with all of you guys, those who have trusted us and given us an opportunity for where exactly we want to take our vision. And you have stayed with us during our journey. Thank you so much, everyone. First of all, before I talk about results, I think it is critical because this is the first call, like Vastupal has clearly said. We would like to take you through a small journey of the industry that we work in so that you get some clarity on, how the growth is planned and how the overall industry looks like and where we are placed. I think once you go through it, it will give you extremely good clarity on how the results are coming out and, how the organization is planned going forward. So that's how I would like to take this call. Obviously, the results are out for Q3. At the same time, when we talk about the fintech industry in India, let me tell you that this is one of the most talked about segment when it comes to investment, when it comes to growth, and we are one of the key stakeholders in such in the fintech segment. Why? Because it may be any product, it may be any solution. Ultimately, it will culminate into some financial transaction. And when it comes to financial transaction, for sure, payments is where the entire transaction will end, and we are into payments. So what exactly we do is we build payment solutions, new use cases. We work on the technology where the payments are only going to evolve. So talking about the industry, like we all know that India's digital payment market is at an inflection point, and the numbers which we all have is that currently at $3 trillion, India's payment market, digital payments, is going to grow 3 times and will cross about $10 trillion by 2026. Now, if that huge number does not excite you, let me tell you that the pattern in which people transact today is only going to further improve towards digital payments. So the digital payment, which is non-cash based, will constitute about 65% of the total transactions in the country by 2026. That means every second transaction out of 3. So 2 out of 3 transactions will be digital in nature. Now, when that happens, then that means this country requires either more and more fintech players to participate, better policies, more payment instruments, and obviously all of this gives an opportunity to those players who are existing in the segment. So this is one of the key factors which has been the reason why we have envisioned digital payments way ahead of when we were simply building the payment software. So that's how the industry is expected to grow. At the very same time, when we talk about digital payments, then the blue-eyed baby of the India's digital payment is obviously UPI. I mean, just think about the way you have transacted some 6-7 years back, and you were struggling with a non-cash transaction. If you had, let's say, 1,000 rupees, you had to make a payment of 2,000 rupees. Either you would run to ATM or you would look for a credit card, and then again in credit card you would think about where is the balance, which credit card to use, when is the due date, or then you would look out for debit card, then again what is the limit on debit card. So this is how we used to transact some 5-6 years back. I would say let's talk about 7-8 years back also. But today you just don't have to think about even your wallet when you leave your house. If it's not there, doesn't matter. You have your app on the phone which will allow you to transact. Now, if that is the way UPI has changed our habit, then for sure those people involved in this entire ecosystem should always be appreciated. Those are the people who have actually seen things way beyond that. So I really thank NPCI for creating that roadmap and creating this kind of infrastructure in the country. So UPI, like I said, is doing about 7.5 billion transaction count. I'm not talking about rupees, transaction count every month. That's about 2 months back. And this is only going to grow. Earlier, UPI was purely account-to-account transaction. Today, we are seeing new use cases coming in. We are seeing that there will be auto pay, which will take up. So there will be subscriber-based transactions happening through UPI platform. We are seeing credit card coming in UPI. That means when you will do a scan and pay, you will actually make a payment from your credit card, not just from your account. So then you will see PPI. There is so much to do with UPI, and this is only going to grow in coming future. Why I'm talking so much about UPI is because that's where, as your organization, your NPHC has invested. Let me tell you about now how NPHC comes into role when we talk about digital payments, when we talk about UPI. NPHC is the technology partner to bank when it comes to processing engines of UPI. That means every single transaction you do today on Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm, it debits or credits some transaction in a bank account. And when that happens, you need someone to process that transaction. So NPHC is one such player. So if we talk about volumes, anyone holding a bank account in Canara, Cosmos, Kerala Grameen Bank, Karnataka Grameen Bank, anyone holding account there, if at all you are using any app in India to transact on your account in these banks, you will actually go through our processing engine. So we have done that processing. So we play the role of a technology partner which ensures that we create a strong ecosystem between bank and NPCI, and obviously the merchants and the users. So that is our role in the payment segment. So we have built 3 great products over a period of time. We are in the industry for 9.5 years now. So UPI is one big product. We also have created IMPS, and the third one is obviously mobile banking. Like I said, UPI obviously is going to grow, and we are playing a technology partner role to banks. So we are called as technology service provider, TSP. That's the terminology, what we are called. Beyond that, we anticipated a huge opportunity somewhere 5 years back, and then we we requested that, small player like us have a larger vision. Why not look for an opportunity to have our own handle? Like you have, if you're operating Google Pay, then you have OK ICICI, you have OK SDFC. If you're operating some other app, which is a non-banking app, then obviously you will have a handle dedicated to that particular application. Similarly, your NPST also has a dedicated handle. Now we are in tripartite agreement with NPCI, Cosmos Bank, and NPST, where we are following all the compliances, all the regulations, all the business rules to ensure that we continue, we maintain, and then we follow all the guidelines. What is the advantage of this time cost with this handle is that we have built an API engine on this handle where we have started powering the payment aggregators, gateways, and large merchants. So now you can visualize our role. We are a technology partner to banks, and we have our own switch where we own the IP. And this particular product we have taken to the fintech market. So we have expanded our market beyond simple banks. So today we are now going to payment gateways, aggregators, large merchants, or those who support the aggregation of merchants. And we are telling them that now you can actually collaborate with us. We will help you with API. We will help you with with the best products and use cases, and let's collaborate and bring in new business opportunities. So that is what we do with fintech players. So your NPST does not directly work with merchants, but it works with those players who really want to do something in the merchant ecosystem. Why I'm talking about merchant ecosystem is because that's where the overall transaction is. When you scan and make a payment, you are making a payment to merchant. You are making a transaction on website, you are making a payment to merchant. You're doing an intent, you're clicking on Google Pay, Phone Pay icon, making a payment. Again, that is going to some merchant. Other than a P2P transaction between me and you, there will always be a transaction happening with the merchant ecosystem. And that's where the use cases evolve, the businesses evolve, the opportunities evolve. So that's the second business line we built over the UPI rail. So today you can see that we are a technology service provider to banks, and now we are a technology partner to fintechs. When we went for an IPO somewhere in August 2021, we had all of this envisioned, and over last few months after raising funds, last 1 year in fact, we have taken decisions to get into these areas, and we built the product. We did a small POC somewhere in November 21, and 6-7 months we were running around market telling them that we have arrived, let us work together. So all that groundwork has been done, all that foundation has been laid, and now the product is there. The product has started giving us results from the September onwards, September 22. I would say July, August, September is where that quarter is where we actually started getting into the commercial engagements and all. So you will see that the moment I share Q3 results, you will see how the impact has been. So that's on the UPI side. On the banking side, we have, like I said, we built mobile banking app. Since 2015, we are working on this, and 2021 we worked in close collaboration with one of the largest public sector banks, and then we discussed with them, we came up with an idea of a banking super app. Now, what is banking super app? For you, it may be a simple application where you open a mobile app and then you transact on it. That's all. You may do a flight booking, you may do railway booking, or you're doing shopping, or you're making FD, loan. How is it possible? banks have their own core handle. Beyond that, they have to collaborate with fintech. They have to collaborate with lot of players who can bring value addition to their customers. We make it happen through that super app. We not only bring the entire banking services on this application, which was earlier limited to payments. We are now bringing in all the banking services. You talk about any type of FD, any type of loan. You talk about government services. You talk about investments. Beyond that, you talk about insurance. You talk about flight booking, hotel booking, all of these services, which is not with bank. We collaborate and we bring those services also on the application. So we launched an application for Canara Bank as Canara all-in-one app with about 250 plus services, and we estimate that this is not going to stop here. It is only going to grow. So that was a launch in July 2022. That has given us much bigger traction in the banking segment. That there is an entity which has launched this particular product, and now the mobile banking chapter is only going to upgrade here on for all the banks. So if at all you have to look at a technology partner, yes, NPST is one such technology partner which has successfully done this. So all of this plans, ideas, executions we have done over last one and a half years, and now the foundation has been laid. We have started getting opportunities to connect with larger fintech players and as well as banking community. So that's how you should look at your NPST. This is how we have built our product. This is how we have aligned ourselves with the industry growth, and we are continuously in lookout for building something new in the segment. We have people who only look at the future opportunities, who only look at the platform, the growth, the solution, which is going to be in 23, 24, 25 right away. What is the next step in UK? What is the next step in Super App? What is the next step in in remittance and overall technology space? How the technology is evolving? How the cost can be managed? How AI is going to operate? All of those areas we are consistently working on. And I would like to thank everyone, those who have given us this opportunity to be flexible and do this. So that's about the industry and that's about NPST. Vasupal, is there anything else that you want me to add, or I can go to the next one?
You have to add about the Q3 highlights.
I'll come to numbers then.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So guys, like I said, I would like to straight away come to the Q3 results now. So, your organization has taken a bold step to, that's the kind of confidence we now have on the overall work that we are doing, that we decided to release the results every quarter, which was earlier half yearly. Even though not required, but we wanted to bring that visibility and we wanted to bring that clarity amongst all our investors way too early than 6 months. So I'll straight away come to the numbers. So congratulations everyone. We have reported 3.3x jump in our 9 months financial FY23 net profit. Our total income for Q3 FY23 is 10.31 crore, which is about 127% jump year on year. At the same time, our EBITDA is 3.43 crore, which is 345% jump year on year. And our net profit for Q3 FY23 is 1.81 crore, which is about 1031% growth year on year. So that's the number NPST has achieved. when we talk about the total 9 months, Q1, Q2, Q3 taken together, we have done about 19.72 crore, which is 58% jump from the 9 months FY22, which was earlier only 12.42 crore. Our EBITDA has risen from 2.22 crore to 5.75 crore in this 9 month result. Our EBITDA margin has grown about 29.16% as against 17.87%, which is again a good healthy growth. And this is where the numbers change, where last year it was just about 80 lakh in net profit. This year it is 2.68 crore, which is about 235%. Our earning per share, which was 1.42, is now 4.14 in this results. So these are the numbers. Rest, very detailed comparatives and very detailed information with the presentation which I've given, and with the numbers that you would like to further see, is already shared to NSE, and it is getting uploaded on our website. So, Vastupal, any other number that I have to discuss, any other point?
No, Deepakji, it's great now. So now we will start with the Q&A.
Sure.
Thank you. We will now begin the question and answer session. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We have the first question on the line of Kapil Yadav from Dolat Capital. Please go ahead.
Thank you, and congratulations for a good set of numbers. I have few questions. One, the opportunity size which you have mentioned. Do you have any figure or something addressable market size of the product which you are in?
Thanks, Dolat, for this question. When you talk about addressable size, I would like to present it in terms of count rather than value, because the value may change, and we track it on the transaction count. Okay, so like I said, UPI transaction is hovering around 7.5 billion per month. And the overall perspective of UPI in next 3 years odd, I would say not even 3 years, because there are more products getting added, more channels getting added. Like I said, credit card has started coming in, PPI coming in, auto pay. There are so many channels getting added to UPI. So the overall projection is about 1 billion transactions per day. That is where the industry is growing. So if it is going to jump from 7.5 billion to 30 billion, then the opportunity comes from banking segment as well as fintech segment. So banks will be looking for stronger tech players, those who have been supporting them. And we were one of the pilot vendors in the UPI space. So we have grown from the time when the UPI was at the concept stage till now. So the technology has already scaled. So this gives us larger access to strong foundation to be a strong tech player, technology partner in banking segment as and when the transaction grows. So the opportunity here obviously is where banks have started looking out at the acquiring business, when I say acquiring business, obviously they are looking out for generating revenue on this platform. Otherwise, it is a cash burn. We all know that the government of India is supporting banks on UPI if there is no MDR. So that helps us to start building merchant products, start building the solutions for banks. As and when the transaction grows, all the use cases grows. When the use cases grows, the technology requirement grows, the product requirement grows. So this is how we see the opportunity for us from the bank side. On the API side, fintech players, like I said, the transaction going from 7.5 billion to 30 billion, that means they will be requiring someone like us who can give them strong solutions, and obviously it will not suffice with one player. There will be multiple players required in market, and the existing players will get larger opportunities. So the transaction volume increases, our business also increases.
Okay. And sir, one more thing, which is I'm sorry if it's a very basic question, but if you compare your any banking app or any fintech app like Paytm or Google Pay or Phone Pay, when in banking app, if you require at least 3, 4, 5 clicks required to make one transaction, as compared to Paytm or GPay or Phone Pay, it takes almost 1 or 2 clicks and you get the transactions done. So how you see that? Will that bank will able to cope up with these fintech players, or just wanted to understand about the competition point of view?
Okay, very good question. I think our comparatives are slightly so you mentioned Google Pay, Phone Pay. They are UPI applications. The way they operate and the way banking application operates are different. Banking application always has certain certain compliances around the products that they hold. They are always under certain guidelines, certain new framework coming. So for sure there is no denying fact that there is always an opportunity to improvise. So like you said, instead of 3 hops, can we do it in 2 hops? Yes, that is possible, but at the same time, are we looking at the compliances right? Are we looking at the products right? Those are the areas that needs to be answered. So this is a continuous and evolving process, but certainly under purview of how the banking application should operate. So if you compare it with, let's say, if you compare it with a PSU application, PSU banking app versus private sector app, there will be very less comparison to the type of transactions flow that we have. I mean, you will have to log into application. You will have to enter the amount. You will have to enter your PIN, and you will have to confirm the transaction summary and then finalize it. This is the reason why you today might be operating from Google Pay, Phone Pay, but still you have your bank application, because the kind of trust, the kind of authentic, flow, all of that makes a difference to the user. So those kind of credibility is established only when such strong applications are created. So you'll always have that kind of confidence on your mobile banking app because it goes through all those compliances which is required.
Okay, thank you. And sir, one more question on the customer side. Do you share, who are your bigger customers? Because I just want to understand the client concentration point of view, where it's one customer is giving you 70% or 50%, something like that. Just wanted to understand the risk point of view.
I would say that was the case maybe a year back, but this might have, but the numbers will change obviously. The consolidation has changed now with the launch of products and with the entry into market and all. So obviously, if we talk about the banking side, Canara Bank is of course our biggest customer. But then we also have Kerala Grameen Bank, Karnataka Grameen Bank. We also have Tamil Nadu Mercantile Bank, which got added. We have Cosmos Bank into it. On the fintech side, we have signed some 20 to 30 aggregators, those who will be using our platform. So these are like 5-6 months development, let those numbers start showing up in the results. It has already started showing in our Q3. That is one of the reasons why there is such a big jump. So the consolidation figures have changed, the percentage has changed. If you start comparing the data points, you will get a different number.
Sure. Thank you. And sir, one last question. In terms of a contract with the government banks or anybody, it's on a transaction basis or it's a 5-6 year contract kind of a thing? I mean, how do you book your revenue?
Okay, so the same product can be on the license. The same product can be on per transaction model. Depends on the contract. So for example, one of my I don't know how am I supposed to share this in the first call, but yes, I would like to tell you that one of my bank is on license model, wherein I get paid for every single development I do on a man-day basis, and the other banks are on, two of the banks are on per transaction model, where I continue to invest on hardware, software development, resources, and they pay me on per transaction. So both the models exist in my system. And on the fintech side, we usually work on per transaction model.
Okay. And sir, for them, for the bank, you will be the only vendor, or they have so many other players as well?
Usually, the trend is one vendor because it's a critical. It is considered to be a critical application for bank. So the kind of integration, the kind of involvement across multiple applications, like so the UPI system will be connected to CBS, it will be connected to ATM, it will be connected to the SMS gateway, then connection to NPCI, and this being the centerpiece. So that is how the overall platform works. Ideally, it is one vendor per bank. However, considering the business opportunity that bank is looking for, enterprise banks may operate differently, PSU banks may operate differently, and small banks may operate differently.
Sir, thank you very much. Thanks, Lauren. I wish you all the very best for the future.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Thank you. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. We have the next question on the line of Siddharth Ahwalia, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, hi Siddharth, how are you?
Yeah, hi. A few questions to ask. My
Sure.
question is, can you give a breakup of different types of transactions like UPI, IMPS, etc. for last quarter and 9 months?
You want the breakup of UPI, IMPS, and
RTGS, mobile banking, etc. Yeah.
okay, so like I said, there are three switches that we have. One is mobile banking, second one is IMPS, third one is UPI. So I can give you some data points around this. So UPI is where the overall attraction is. IMPS obviously has some numbers. So UPI, just a second, hold on. So for last quarter, December quarter, UPI was about 9,808 crore. That's the total. 1 second. 98 crore. That's the volume we have processed. Okay. Anyway, I'll just share the data point. So on an average, we do about 2 to 2.2 crore financial transactions for UPI per day basis on all our customers taken together. Okay. And on the fintech side, we do about almost about 10 million transactions a month, which is again about about a crore transactions a month on the fintech side. Which has started some August September quarter. So that's the numbers on UPI. So banking is about 2.2 crore per day, and this is about 1 crore per month. So that's the figure average. And INPS, it's about 12 lakh to 15 lakh per day transaction. 15 lakh, and at a peak, it may go to around 18 lakh per day. So that's the average. 15 to 18 lakh is what we do on a daily basis. Mobile banking, like I said, NEFT, RTGS, we are not into that switch. So we simply process the NEFT, RTGS transaction not on our platform, but it is as a service brought into our mobile banking app. So that figure is with bank.
Okay. What will be the value term? Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening. Value for TSP?
Yeah.
Value terms. Value obviously does not matter to our business because that's not how we build, that's not how we process.
Okay.
Transaction value in December 2022. I think fintech is where you should look at the transaction value rather than the banking side, okay? Because banking for us value, I mean for bank and us, our relation, that value will not matter. On the fintech side, yes, because there is for transaction revenue. We were doing approximately about we reached about 750 crore in the month of January, approximately in a month. We did about 550 crore in the month of December. So somewhere in August, we started with about 100 crore a month, July, August. From there, by January 23, we have reached about 750 crore transaction value.
Great, sir. So what is the revenue model of Evo, TimePay, QNX, etc.?
So, we provide the entire platform to aggregators, gateways. Okay, so I'll just take 2 minutes. What happens is that we build the entire API, we give them the recon support, we give them the technology support, we give them the switch access, all of that. So against that, as a service, we charge them on the volume that they process on our platform. So I can't share the number, but the kind of volume these guys process on our platform and the support and the service that they take from us, we charge them basis the volume.
Okay. And so, what is the volume of UPI transaction, total digital transaction ecosystem?
It would contribute nothing less than 65% as of today.
Okay. And how much percentage volume growth you see in UPI digital transaction in next 5 years?
Like I already said, it has to grow from 7.5 billion daily monthly transaction to 30 billion monthly transaction. This is a given estimate even from NPCI. That's the target. 1 billion a day. That's what we call it.
Okay. So one question on TimePay. How many users we have?
TimePay is currently running an API business. We have 85,000 merchants on our platform.
And
So if you talk about TimePay app, then TimePay app is not on our FY23 roadmap. That is the next year plan. So right now you will get the user base only on our Evoke business.
okay, sir. And so, what will be the growth driver of NPST for next 3 to 5 years?
What is the growth?
Growth driver, sir. NPST growth driver next 3 to 5 years.
Growth drivers.
Yeah. Main focus of the company.
Yeah, so perfect. Great. So whatever we have invested so far has given us larger, like I said, larger presence and visibility amongst the customer base that we target. So our focus is going to be into 2-3 areas. One is obviously whatever we have done with banking super app, we want to expand that. We'll be collaborating with maximum fintech players so that we bring that customer delight, customer service, all those opportunities on the super app platform. So super app will continue to expand, continue to build more and more use cases. It will not simply remain where it is. So when we do that, our intention is to not just take the super app to those who can afford as a bank, but also beyond that, how do we evolve the business cases for the smaller banks and and the banks, those who really want to invest into it. So that's one target area. Second is we will continue to evolve the Evoke engine. Today we are our major focus has been account-to-account transaction. Tomorrow, obviously, so we were one of the first one to expose the API on credit card RuPay. So credit card will get added, and there will be use cases around prepaid vouchers. So Evoke will continue to evolve horizontally as well as vertically, wherein we will operationalize all the agreements that we already have with the gateways and aggregators. Second, we'll add more and more accounts. Third, we will horizontally expand our products and services on the Evoke engine. So that's what we intend, our plan is. And lastly, like I said, we are still at preliminary stage, but for sure we are working very strongly on the PSP app, the TimePay. This is for the next year.
Okay, sir. One main question about how much scalability for the growth drivers, sir.
I didn't get your question.
Yeah, scalability for the growth drivers. How much transaction we can handle?
Scalability.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me. So scalability, okay, I'll tell you. Maybe right now so you need to understand that our foundation is purely the IP we hold on our switch. So we have already scaled it in terms of, like I said, as a center of excellence, we obviously have people who keep on working on the future requirements. So when it comes to scalability, just look at this way, that on the Evoke side, we are probably hitting not even 100 TPS. That's how we count it, transaction per second. But our switch has already crossed 1000 TPS. So we already have 10 times ability to consume the transaction volume at a current rate. So we are only processing about 10% of our capability. And as and when the transaction volume increases, we will obviously be taking it beyond that. So that's how you can look at the scalability.
Okay, sir.
And on the switch side, on the banking side, we have about 250 services when we launched in July 2022. we may have added lesser number of services in last few quarters, but the opportunity is unlimited, and we are probably looking at 500 odd services on the same platform. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. Welcome.
Thank you. We have the next question on the line of Himani Open from Suraj Research. Please go ahead. Mr. Himani, can you hear us? Mr. Himani Open, can you hear us?
Hello.
Yes. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. So my question is, who are your competitors?
Sure, Himani. So you can look at two sides of the story. One is on the technology service provider business. You can compare our services to FSS, your FIS. FIS has a huge product stack, but only on the UK side I'm talking about. Then you have Mindgate, you have Olive Crypto, you have Infrasoft. So these are the straight competitors. On the fintech side, you can go to NPCS side. You can type TPAP, TPAP. You'll come to know there are about 23, 24 players in this segment. However, each player has a very unique business case. So our business case is simple. Rather than consuming it as a service, we have built the product stack and we are empowering fintech players to use this platform. So I don't think there is any other player doing this. However, this may be very similar to the services which enterprise banks are offering to the fintech players. So that's where you can compare.
Okay. One more question, sir. How we compete with like GPay, PhonePe, etc.?
So good question. Although we have I don't like to use this word, but considering the overall market concentration among these two guys, these two players have a very strong presence. So I have no interest in competing with them. Very first thing. Our interest is simple, to create a business model which is unique and where we become the enablers, technology enablers of our platform, because this platform cannot be built overnight. It takes years of efforts to arrive at such a strong platform. So we want to harness the power of what we have built and continue to support the new use cases in the industry. So how we differ ourselves from them is, rather than acquiring the user base, which Google Pay and PhonePe does, we acquire the players in the industry who operate on the merchant ecosystem. So, for example, let's say there is an entity which wants to do digital payments in tier 2, tier 3 cities, and they want to invest in distributing 1 lakh QR codes. Now, where will this 1 lakh QR code come from? Either it will come from bank or I can provide them. When I provide this QR code, what are the services that they will require? So they will require reconciliation, they will require quality control, they will require higher time, they will require maybe a mobile app, they will require a sound box. So all of this, as a technology enabler, I will provide it to them. So for me, there will be 1 lakh merchants who will be using my platform, and there will be a fintech player who will be empowered by us. So our business case versus Google Pay, PhonePe is completely different. So that's how we play with our with the product that we have, rather than burning cash in the market and not evolving with the new use case. So we don't want to burn that.
Okay. Sir, you're using banks in this, correct?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
You're using banks.
You're talking about the fintech segment. That's right.
For getting users.
I didn't get that. I sell my technology as a technology partner. I sell my applications to banks. I don't sell it to users. So let's say Canara Bank has launched a mobile banking app, a super app. So I am the technology partner to Canara Bank for that super app. Users are similarly. That's case one. Business case two, where I'm using my TimePay API, is where, let's say, if there is an entity. For example, AirPay. So if AirPay has, let's say, 10,000 merchants, those who need schools and and on-field merchants, those who require QR code or they require API, I will be giving them the API so that they can generate QR and they can collect the payment for the merchants. At that end, I have a sponsor bank, which is Cosmos Bank, and a tri-party agreement with NPCI directly. So that's how the business works. So I don't acquire users. I do technology to those who are into acquisition business.
Okay. That's what I was asking, sir. Thank you. What is the entry barrier in this business?
I would say there may be multiple, but the biggest entry barrier is the overall switch we have built, because that's a heavy lift. I mean, there are thousands of test cases which has gone through it. The question of the stability. Let's understand, this is financial transaction processing. One mistake of giving the wrong response to bank core banking, where where the debit happens wrongly, can be a challenge. So there are thousands of test cases, there are thousands of certifications which goes into creating this particular switch. So there can be multiple other barriers, but as a tech company, I believe this is a strong point wherein it has only evolved since 2016. I think that's where the first launch of UPI happened. Since then until now, 7 years, it has only evolved. Someone asked me about the scalability. So we have hit 1,000 TPS. That's because it has evolved to manage that 1,000 TPS. Beyond that, on the fintech side, I would say that if you really have a very strong business case like we are building and very strong use case, then you have to have that TPAP ability, your own handle. So that's the entry barrier. So today I think there may be 20, 24 players in the country who may have their own handle, and we are one of them.
Okay. One more question, sir. What will be approx user base that would be using our services through our tie-ups with Canara, Cosmos, and any others which we have tie-ups?
Frankly, then if I share Canara Bank's number, I'll be wrong, because they have the authority to do so. But I can say that it is the third largest public sector bank. So on the bank side, it is available online. That can be made available, but the numbers are huge. I don't know whether I should say this right now, because the numbers has to come from bank. Secondly, I can tell you on my and the TimePay numbers, wherein I just mentioned that we have. Last month we were 85,000 plus merchants, and of all the aggregators taken together, those who work with us, and on the transaction volume, like I said, we are crossing about 1 crore transactions a month.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question on the line of Jyoti Jaiswal, an investor. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, Jyoti.
Good afternoon, one and all. So my first question is, what is marketing budget? Hello.
Marketing budget.
Yes.
I mean, see, last year our marketing budget was, Ashish, you want to go over there?
It was 3.7 crore approximately that we have planned at the time of IPO.
Okay. Next question is, which cities we are majorly present?
We have office at Noida, which is our delivery hub. We have office at Mumbai, which is our sales operations and obviously future product developments. And we have office at Bangalore, which is our near-shore delivery for some of the largest customers we have. So we have presence across three.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. That was the last question. I would now like to hand it over to Mr. Vastupal Shah for the closing comments.
Thank you. Thank you, Deepakji. Thank you, Ashishji. Thanks everyone for joining the conference call of NPST Limited. If you have any further queries, you can write us at info@greenadvisors.com. And once more, many thanks to every participant and the management team for joining the call.
Thank you, Vastupal, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
On behalf of Green Advisors, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.